Hello everyone, this is Johnny Orange and today we are talking about what to play at tier 7. And this will be part of a series where we focus on all the greatest units in the tier 7 category. And the reason I chose tier 7 is most people get to tier 6, they're not sure how to advance into the higher tiers once they hit tier 6. And around the same time you hit tier 7 is when you start facing a lot of clans and a lot of tier 9s and tier 10s. If you're lower tier and you think you're facing them a lot now, wait until you start rolling out those tier 7s. You face them all the time. Basically every game. And the range of units available once you hit tier 7 is quite large, but it's not even. A lot of those units are way worse than other units, compared to other units in the tier 7 category. So let's start off with catapults. They are just fucking amazing. Because their damage is large enough that it can hurt anyone. And their fire arc is useful on pretty much every map. They are also good at helping your team. As you can see, they've taken that flag. But I can bombard that flag for our team to advance safely. But I didn't ask them to fucking defend like this, but they just happened to. But that's fine with me. Especially on this map. And there's a few other maps that are similar to this. The smaller maps. You can safely guess where they're probably going to advance from. And you can just shoot the fuck out of those positions. Even if it doesn't have a flag there. Or a tower there. For example, that forest near the ocean there. It's a pretty safe bet that there's going to be opponents in that forest area. So I could just shoot there instead of this tower, and I'll most likely hit someone. Also, I'd recommend using the acid smoke consumable. Because if you get 1 or 2 shots off, really good shots with that ability, you will just rack in the points. It's so fucking powerful. And while I just shoot at this tower, I'd just like to say, has anyone else fucking noticed that it's just the same maps over and over? I mean, how many maps do we have now? And I just keep getting fucking this map and Rubicon. It seems like it's just this map, Rubicon. Then once in a while, once in a fucking blue moon, it'll be a different map. Anyways, back to the game. These guys are standing right there, and that's a perfect place to put smoke. Acid smoke, should I say. Because it gives him 2 choices. He can try to advance, and he might have allies there to back him up, but the thing is, if he has allies there to back him up, the smoke is still there. And they will take damage from the smoke, so their whole team, if they keep pushing through that area, are just going to take that acid smoke damage. And you can really bottleneck people with this acid smoke. You can direct what direction they have to go, because they try to avoid the smoke. So you can make this path they have to try to run around and try to avoid. And I don't think it's really necessary because catapults are so strong already. But if you're facing higher tiers, take any advantage you can get. So take that acid smoke, you know. And that's the thing. Every high tier fucking hates catapults. If you really want to fucking annoy some high tier players, bring catapults along. Because those units are very expensive to replace. And no matter who you hit with catapults, it's going to fucking do massive amounts of damage to that unit. And they're worth more points. So it's win-win for you if you start wailing on those higher tier players with catapults. And I shouldn't tell you this because I fucking hate it when it happens to me, but yeah, if you get sick of those high tier players, spam those fucking catapults. Not so much siege equipment, not so much ballistas, because on some maps they are fucking useless. And as you can see, I tried to block that path off, and I tried to tell my ally, I'm blocking that path off, but he had charge. So he didn't take too much damage, so he just charged through that smoke. It would have been a better shot if I had aimed it slightly to the right, in front of the archers, but you know, shit happens. And I do put stakes down here, and I could have done it once I got in combat, but I fucking hate that. You know, I put it down early, the smoke was there, it was revealing I was putting stakes down. because I fucking hate people that put stakes down while you're engaged in combat, so I refuse to do it. But if you do want to get fucking easy points, wait until you are in combat with a large bunch of people and just put them down in front of you. But be warned, everyone will think you're a fuckwit. Everyone will fucking hate your guts and think this is a shittest fucking cunt, because there's no way infantry can disengage once you start putting those stakes down, without taking heavy casualties, unless they are light infantry. In some cases they can. But to me it just seems too fucking cheap, too fucking stupid to do. So it's worse than the cliff bug. You know, the cliff bug is like, you should be able to use the cliffs as archers, but people should be able to engage you on the cliff. So it's kind of not completely the archer's fault. But when it comes to putting stakes down while you're in combat, that is a fucking choice. That's like just straight up being a cunt. And the other thing about the cliff bug, some people are purposely using it so they can just shoot you even when they don't have sight of you. But I'm guessing a lot of new players, and even a lot of people that have been around for a long time, just happen to start shooting you, and they're watching some other part of the map and they haven't even realized that they're still fucking shooting you. And it's just too tempting. I mean, you start off trying to not be a dickhead, you start shooting them, and then they disappear on your screen, and then you let off another volley, which usually happens no matter where you are. But then another volley goes off, and then you're like, oh fuck, maybe they gotta pop out any second anyway, I'll just keep shooting. And then you let off another volley, and then you basically, you know, it's just, it needs to be fixed. But the stake bug is just straight up exploiting. You know, just putting that down is a choice. You're not thinking, oh, should I cancel this, or, you know, I've already started shooting, should I stop doing this or not? You've just straight up chosen to do that. Your goal was to do that. And that goes for that anvil back charge bug at the moment, where it doesn't actually cause any damage to your unit. But I'll need confirmation from CA, is that intended, or is it actually a bug? I think it is a bug. But I'll have to, you know, wait and see. But I wouldn't do that, because it just seems like fucking exploiting around. It's just really strong commander now. Alexander's just fucking really powerful. So as you can see, these pikes have blocked off this area, so it's pretty obvious in what direction these swords are heading. So I can just shoot around the pikes, doing a bunch of damage to these guys, because I know what path they're going to choose. And I'm also helping our pikes from blocking off their chances of flanking him, because if they try to flank, they'll be taking a lot of damage from my catapults. But unfortunately, his pikes do head in the wrong direction and basically die. And I could easily fire here and do a lot of damage, and I might have been a good idea, but I didn't want to kill this cavalry unit. It's a full health cavalry unit. But back to the anvil thing, if anyone wants to test it out, because so many people are doing it, I might as well just fucking tell as many people as possible. What you do is you use a melee unit as Alexander, run up, get into combat, press anvil, and then just run your cav, because if you try to go around, they can counter you. And anvil has a short duration, right? So instead of that, you just run your cav into the back of your own unit and press charge, and it will fuck people up. It basically does no friendly fire either, so there's no downsides of it, and it's very easy. It's a very simple strat. Run up, anvil, charge yourself in the back. So there you go, everyone go out and start fucking doing it, because the more people exploit this shit, the more likely they are to fix it. But I said the same thing about the cliff bug, and that's been around for fucking ever, and is probably never going to be fixed. I'm not even sure if it is a bug now, because it's been in the fucking game forever. Well, that's a lie. It definitely is a bug, because it got confirmed by CA as a bug, and they said they were fixing it. But it must be really fucking hard to fix that because there's been so many patches. And I'm not some fucking computer program guy. I don't even know the right name for you know, who fixes bugs. But yeah, I'm guessing it must be hard as shit to fix that bug, because it's been in the game since I've started playing. I'm really glad that there is people out there that are computer programmers, etc. Because if it was full of people like me, there would be no computers. There would be no fucking technology at all, basically. Because I looked at code once, and my eyes just rolled into the back of my head. I fell asleep. That's how long I lasted, about like 10 seconds. I looked at it and went, what the fuck? Nah, can't do it. Even the most basic scripts, you know, like even that script for watching replays in Total War Arena, man, fucking hell. Almost fell asleep, and all I did was copy and paste that shit, and I just saw fucking weird symbols and numbers, and yeah. The minute I see fucking weird symbols and numbers, I fucking fall asleep. I'll never learn another language, and that's why I respect people that can speak multiple languages, because I tried that once too. And yeah, I know how to order beer in a lot of different languages, but past that point, and that's a fucked up thing, I know how to order beer in about 10 languages. But if you ask me to say hello in 10 languages, no fucking idea. But let's get back to the game. So I start shooting here because he has pikes, and I'm relying on... who is it? Well, it's RTK Bubba. So there's, you know, he's not dumb enough to engage pikes. So I'm pretty sure I can shoot here without causing friendly fire. Because what happens with pikes is everyone retreats. Because if you try to engage in that small corridor, you're bound to die. Now, I was thinking I had his pikes on the retreat, so I changed my focus to the ranged units. And unfortunately, one of my catapults must have moved slightly, because what happens is you have to press H if you have a red circle for a long period of time, or else it won't shoot. And that happened to me, so I was trying to fix that. I missed quite a lot of easy shots in this game. Now, I thought I'd take these guys out for him, because I thought they would have pylons for some fucking reason. You know, I thought they would have pylons. So I shot them once, got them down low, and then ignored them and tried to take out the ranged units to stop the ranged threat to our light infantry, which was a fucking stupid mistake. I should have just killed his pikes straight up, just continued to kill them. But I do help, you know, I kill all this range. But yeah, I could have easily killed those pikes in about 2 artillery shots, got it down to pretty much no people at all, and then our light infantry could advance. But I saw light infantry and instantly fought barbarians. So I got it down pretty low, and then I thought they would just pylon them to death. And yeah, they weren't barbarians at all. So, you know, fuck that up, but oh well. So here again, I get my infantry to put my stakes down early, so I'm not being a fuckhead and putting them down when I'm in combat. And this is where acid smoke is fucking brilliant. So now they have to go to that side of me. You know, they have to go around my stakes. And now I'll put acid on the other side. So now they're between a rock and a hard place, really. And look how much fucking damage that causes. And I did not see that horse archers coming. Did not see that shit coming. So I'll lose 1 catapult unit right there. And I don't think there was much I could do about that anyway, so I'm not too worried about it, and we are ahead. And you might be wondering, you guys know that I have tier 9 swords. But the reason I use tier 7 is because I am using tier 7 catapults, and I want my tier to be tier 7. Not just because of these videos, but because... oh, by the way, back to the video. Now this is a reason I don't control AI, like disconnected people that often. Because my idea there was the spears weren't doing anything, they were just standing there doing fuck all. And there was 2 ranged on one side and 1 ranged on the other. So I saw that out of my corner of my eye, and I thought, I'll charge that cav unit as it tries to pass. But someone else had a different idea. Well, someone was clicking forward. So I'm not sure what their idea was, but I think Cynane might have been controlling it to cut off that other unit while his cav charged the cavalry unit, which would have been a better idea than my idea. But then someone else is clicking forward, so there's like 3 people trying to control that fucking unit, and that's the problem with trying to control disconnected people, and I usually don't bother trying. And the other thing is, there's always a dead player who can control those units probably a lot better than you can, because he's just zoomed out looking at the whole map. He's not concentrating on his units anymore. But back to the tier 7 thing, the reason I use tier 7 swords with 2 tier 7 catapults is because if I use 1 tier 9 unit, it counts as me playing with tier 9 units, and that will queue me probably against a clan. There'll be a clan on one side and there'll be me on the other. So there might be 2 tier 9s versus 4. But if you queue with tier 7, it will either it can put you on either side. You're either versing the clan with 2 tier 9 units on your side, which is a lot more even, or else it'll put you on the clan side. So in some ways, if you don't have fully upgraded tier 9 units, it can be better to use fully upgraded tier 7 units. The reason being is, you're most likely, if you solo queue as tier 9, you're most likely going to face clans. And when you face clans, you want fully upgraded units, or else your chances of winning are pretty slim. Because not only are you outnumbered, as in tiers wise, you're usually on the lower tier team, but you also have unupgraded units, which are worse in most cases than a fully upgraded tier 7 or tier 8 unit. So what can be a better idea is you actually farm, you upgrade your tier 7 units fully, and then you farm that 27,000 for the tier 9 unit with unit XP, and then you can use your commander XP to upgrade the unit's equipment. So when you actually hit tier 9, you have enough points to have it mostly upgraded before you even start playing it. Because a non-fully upgraded tier 9 unit is pretty shit, and it can actually lose to tier 6 units. And that's another thing, it's always better, especially at higher tiers, to upgrade your commander to tier 9 when you have tier 6 to tier 7 units. Just upgrade your commander, because it's a lot more powerful than just having a vanilla tier 9 unit. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this video, and please subscribe and thumbs up. Until next time, enjoy your gaming.